Good day, everyone. You're welcome to this week's Business and Investment Tips Program, a production of RCCG Christ Church Radio with Ayodeji Ebo, an investment professional. This week's focus is on revised deposit insurance coverage for bank depositors. Last week, the Nigeria Deposit Insurance Corporation, NDIC, announced an upward review in the maximum deposit insurance coverage levels across various banks. The NDIC is an independent agency of the federal government of Nigeria, saddled with the responsibility of protecting the banking system from instability occasioned by runs and loss of depositors' confidence. Deposit insurance is a system established by the government to protect depositors, customers, against the loss of their insured deposits placed with member institutions if they are unable to meet their obligations to depositors. Why is this important? The maximum deposit insurance coverage limit across various banks implies that if a financial institution cannot pay back customers' deposits, the NDIC will step in and pay the customer up to the maximum amount covered by the insurance policy. For instance, if you have 10 million naira with a financial institution and the policy states that only up to the maximum of 5 million naira will be paid, that means you would only receive 5 million naira and the balance is lost. This is per bank and not based on total deposits a customer has in an entire banking system. It is important to note that the financial institution has to be registered with the NDIC and must be up to date with their annual premium payments to qualify for this. This implies that if the financial institution is not registered, NDIC will not pay the customer of that financial institution. Hence, it's important to ensure that the financial institution you're dealing with or placing your funds with is registered, especially if you place funds with financial houses and microfinance banks. Here are the financial institutions covered under this policy. Depositors or customers of the following financial institutions are covered. 1. Deposit money banks, DMBs. 2. Microfinance banks, MFBs. 3. Primary mortgage banks, PMBs. 4. Payment service banks, PSBs. And 5. Subscribers of mobile money operators, MMOs. Financial institutions not covered by the policy. These institutions are regulated by other agencies as the NDIC does not cover deposits with them. Hence, you must deal with very reputable institutions. A. Development finance institutions such as Bank of Industry, Federal Mortgage Bank, Bank of Agriculture, and Infrastructure Bank. B. Discount houses. C. Finance companies. D. Investment firms. E. Unit trusts or mutual funds. F. Insurance companies. G. Pension fund administrators, PFAs. H. Stockbroking firms. The revised insurance coverage category. 1. Deposit money banks, DMBs. The maximum deposit insurance coverage has been increased from 500,000 naira to 5 million naira. This change will now fully cover 98.98% of total depositors, significantly up from the current 89.20%. However, only 25.37% of the total deposits. This implies that an average of 98.98% of customers have deposits of 5 million naira and below with a bank. 2. Microfinance banks, MFBs. Coverage of MFBs has been raised from 200,000 naira to 2 million naira, aiming to protect 99.27% of depositors compared to 98.76% under the previous limits. 3. Primary mortgage banks, PMBs. The coverage has been increased from 500,000 naira to 2 million naira, ensuring 99.34% of depositors are fully covered, up from 97.98%. 4. Payment service banks, PSBs. Coverage has been amended from 500,000 naira to 2 million naira, covering nearly all depositors at 99.99%. 5. Mobile money operators, MMOs. The pass-through deposit insurance for MMO subscribers has been raised from 500,000 naira to 5 million naira per subscriber. What can you do to minimize the risk of losing your funds? 1. Avoid placing all your funds with one financial institution as the insurance coverage limit is per financial institution. 2. Ensure you confirm your financial institution is registered with the NDIC, especially if you place funds with non-commercial banks like microfinance banks. 3. Make sure you deal with investment outfits that are regulated and reputable. 4. If you're unsure whether your financial institutions, especially microfinance banks, are registered with the NDIC, you can contact them to confirm. Overall, this is a positive development as it improves depositors' confidence in the financial institutions under this policy. It's also good to note that the CBN has played a major role in ensuring that no commercial banks fold up in the past few years due to their systematic importance. However, the CBN has not bailed out non-commercial banks like microfinance banks, as several depositors have lost their funds with microfinance banks in the past few years. Some of the MFBs that folded up were not up to date with their premium payments to the NDIC. Hence, the NDIC cannot pay bank depositors. Thank you for listening. Please join us same time next week for another interesting and insightful session. For questions, comments, and feedback, kindly forward to ebo.ayodeji@gmail.com or send an SMS to 070-8246-3747. Stay blessed.